Linking on my brain.
Yo guys, and welcome back to CP Gaming, episode 6 of my PWS AEW save. We had a great pay-per-view. Some big storylines emerging from this. As you can see, we've got our finances back over 2 billion. It's not as if we're short on a bit of cash, but we are back making money. And our popularity has just leveled off with the pay-per-view. Hopefully we could have moved a bit more, but hey ho, as you can see, we do have a fair few shows to go before our next pay-per-view, which is Bash at the Beach. So without further ado, let's get into this show. We are at Dynamite, and we will start the show. So we kick off Dynamite with Jon Moxley making his way to the ring. Now, he had a really terrible Forbidden Door. Couldn't capture the AEW tag titles, and he lost his IWGP title on the same night. So he's in the ring, and he said he's disappointed at what happened at Forbidden Door. Not only did he lose the AEW tag titles, he also lost his IWGP title to Kenta. He looks in the camera and says, "Don't worry, Kenta. I'm coming for you too at some point." He goes on to reveal he needs to focus on himself, and therefore he will no longer be a part of the BCC. The crowd groan with disappointment. He's about to continue his promo when the BCC music hits. Out comes Danielson, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta. They come to the ring and they tell Moxley to reconsider his choice. Moxley says he has made his mind up and that he wishes them all the success. The camera then pans to Danielson, who gives a nod to Claudio and Wheeler, who then proceed to attack Moxley. The BCC are beating down on Moxley in the ring. Let's get some 95 segment. But before it ends, whilst the BCC are beating down on Moxley, Swerve Strickland music hits. He hits the ring and he starts to take out the BCC members. Before he can get to Bryan Danielson, Danielson makes his way back up the ramp. Danielson has a smile on his face as Swerve lifts Moxley off from the canvas. Has Moxley got an ally in Swerve Strickland? 88% segment rating. So the BCC is no longer with Moxley, or Moxley is no longer with the BCC. We then move into our first match of the night, and it is for Will Ospreay's title. It is Ricky Starks, who came to me and asked if he could have a title shot. That title shot will be tonight. And in a 5-star match, it is Will Ospreay who successfully retains his AEW International Championship again. This was set up to be Steal the Show match. I could just see this being a great show on TV. 89% crowd reaction, 86% final score. Although Ricky Starks and Will Ospreay have a pretty bad chemistry as opponents, the timings were all over the place. And as we can see there, that is never a good sign. Will Ospreay has been hit with an injury as a result of this segment. Just as we were getting into the nitty gritty with this, Ospreay gets injured. It's Okada all over again. The first Dynamite. Hopefully it's not too bad where he has to give up his title. But we will see. Stay tuned to find out. We then cut to the commentary team, which is Excalibur, Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone. commentary announced that our main event has been made for tonight, and it will be a tag team match. Swerve Strickland, Jon Moxley versus Claudio and Yuta for the main event tonight. We then cut to an in-ring promo from James Mitchell, who is with, when it decides to work, right on cue, the Gremlins hit. The injuries killed everything. There we go. We've got an in-ring promo with James Mitchell. He's there with the newest member of the Dark Order, Vincent. James Mitchell's in the ring and he announces that the newest member of the Dark Order, Vincent, will be competing right now, and he's going to put the roster on notice. 89% segment. As you can see there, he will be fighting Jeff Jarrett. And in a 2-star match, it is Vincent who takes out Jeff Jarrett in under 5 minutes. Jeff Jarrett was not happy with this booking. He wanted for it to be reversed. But I don't like Jeff Jarrett. So it went through. So Vincent picks up his first win in a dominant display. 80% crowd reaction, only a 68% final score. Vincent got a better reaction than you'd expect. He's riding a wave of momentum right now. After the match, James Mitchell comes in the ring. He kicks Jeff Jarrett out of the ring. He announces that he will be showing himself at the next pay-per-view. The newest leader of the Dark Order will be there at Bash at the Beach. But not before the new member of the Dark Order, who will be revealed next week on Dynamite. So another new member is coming to the Dark Order. Get your comments in. Who do you reckon it's going to be? But he's coming. 89%. We then move into a match. A 3-star match. And it is Shida versus Mariah May. And it is Mariah May who picks up the win. This is just trying to build up Mariah May. Got something in plan for her. No popularity gained. 71% crowd reaction, 73% final score. Got better final score than I thought it would do. We then cut to a great big celebration in the ring. The All-American balloons. They're all there. And it's MJF with his new TNT championship. He's in the ring and he says the TNT title win, and says this will be the longest reign this title will ever see. And when he gets bored of it, he's just going to throw it in the bin. He says there's not a man on the planet who can beat him, and that he's the best in the galaxy, not just the world. And gives a little cheeky wink to the camera. A little dig there at CM Punk. As he's celebrating for a good 10 minutes, he's about to finish it off with I am MJF and I am. But before he can finish, someone comes out. 90% segment rating. Who's that someone? That someone is Chris Jericho and Big Bill. Chris Jericho and Big Bill come out to the cheers of the crowd. Jericho says that MJF is definitely one of the best. However, he can learn from Chris and should join him and Big Bill on their new journey. MJF stands there looking all confused. But he responds by saying, if this was the year 2000, then maybe Jericho, maybe you have a point. But seeing as it's not, I'm going to politely decline the offer. And as he's about to walk away, he comes back and says, oh, and Jericho, If you want to hang around with a Big Willie, then that's your prerogative. Big Bill's going mental here. Jericho's holding him back, saying, not now, not now. MJF bringing that humour to the ring as he just smiles and watches Jericho and Big Bill, or Big Willie, move his way back. We then go into a match which has Lance Archer take on Colin Cassidy in a 2-star match. It is Lance Archer who picks up the win, but it wasn't a clean win. It's a to and fro match, but it was an exposed turnbuckle that Jake Roberts does for Lance Archer. Cassidy hits his head, rolls back, and Archer takes full advantage of it for the 1-2-3. Archer's been in New Japan, now he's back, and them underhand tricks with Jake Roberts are still there to be seen. 84% crowd reaction, 71% final score. We then have an interview backstage. We have Renee Paquette with Jon Moxley and Swerve Strickland. She's asked how will they work together against the BCC. They both just look at each other, look at Renee, and they walk away. They give no interview. They're ready. The match is next. 84%. And in our main event for Dynamite, it is Swerve Strickland, Jon Moxley versus the BCC. And in a 4.5-star match, it is the BCC that pick up the win. It is Jon Moxley who gets pinned again. But this time it was interference from Bryan Danielson. He distracts Swerve Strickland and then manages to get a hit on Jon Moxley, who then turns back into Claudio, and it's a 1-2-3. Moxley's not having a great time right now. He'll be pinned 3 times. Where does he go from here? Love all these greens in this segment. 100% crowd reaction, 95% final score to end the main event. But it's the BCC that walk away. Strickland and Moxley defeated. We end the show with an 87%, which has definitely got to be our best Dynamite. I believe Forbidden Door was 88%, so we are not that far off a pay-per-view right there. The lowest segment there was Vincent versus Jarrett, but it was only a 5-minute squash match, and Jarrett did not like that one bit. So guys, if you liked this episode, please comment, like, and subscribe. Please get them subscribes in. Help me build this channel. Get me to them 50 subscribers. There's going to be some new content coming on here. This series is going to continue, but there is another game. Not going to say it. That is out there. And I will be releasing my first episode very soon. Get your thoughts in on who you think the new member of the Dark Order is. What's your thoughts on Jon Moxley? Is he going to break this streak? What's going on with Moxley and Swerve? Till next time, guys. See you then.